Hey everyone! Thanks so much for coming back to our Aloma Kids channel. We're going to be turning this into the Aloma Family channel, and that's why you're seeing a lot of different content right now, especially in the past couple weeks. We have been posting our kids' content, and we hope you guys have been enjoying it. We've enjoyed doing these services. Obviously, we really miss having these services with the kids, like face to face and being able to high five them, and we really miss the kids, but we have loved that we've been able to give you guys just a little bit of a service for your kids on Sundays and throughout the week. You might have noticed that on our YouTube channel, we've also put out our first student worship night. We would love for you guys to check that out if you didn't watch it when it went live this past Wednesday. We would love for you guys to check it out and see just how we do student worship, and hopefully you guys would be able to worship too as well with it. Hopefully you've noticed that in the past couple weeks we've been posting vlogs. So the purpose of these vlogs is just for us to be able to give you guys just some more content, especially for the adults, the parents, and we really wanted to give you guys something that's for you. I know Aloma Church has been posting some really awesome blogs on the Aloma Church app, so go ahead and check those out because they're really great. Pastor Clayton has been writing some really awesome blogs each week, and there's also some from Pastor Wes and Travis and Rob, as well as Courtney and Todd, and those have been really awesome. So these video blogs that we're posting is just an extra piece of content for you guys to watch if you feel like you want to hear from us, and we just are going to use this as a way to connect with you guys and maybe share with you some things that have been on our hearts during these past couple weeks of pandemic and social distancing and everything, and hopefully we can give you guys some encouragement and maybe some wisdom or advice or just our opinions on how things are going, and we can just chat about it. So if you guys have things that you want us to talk about, feel free to send those over to us, email them to us, or even post it in the comments of this video. We would love to hear from you guys and see if you are enjoying this kind of content. So today I just wanted to talk to you guys about the reality of this social distancing and this pandemic that we're all going through. These times are really hard. They're hard for everybody, and I think that everybody handles it in a different way. I mean, we're all different, and we all live with different people. Whether you're living with like tons of kids and your spouse and your house is just full of people and you all are stuck there together, or you're like me and I just live with my husband and my dog and we are still stuck together, so we do have some real life learning to do in this situation. But I think that we're all just handling it differently, and we all have different experiences with it. And I just wanted to give some encouragement and some thoughts that I've had this week about just how to navigate through marriage and family and relationships, especially during this time that none of us have really experienced before. We have never been stuck in the house. We've never been like told we cannot go anywhere. So it's very different and very real. And I know for me, the thing that has been huge and hugely different is the fact that I'm pregnant during this social distancing time. So it has caused my pregnancy to be very different than what I expected it to be. I'm 27 weeks now, so I've got about 3 more months, and it's very interesting, very different. Not what I expected, but it's comforting to know that God wasn't surprised by this. he allowed me to get pregnant at this moment in time, knowing that all of this was going to happen, and there's a reason for it. And I don't need to spend my time trying to figure out, oh, what is he doing during this time? What is happening? I just need to figure out what I can do and how I'm supposed to handle this in a Christ-like and godly way, and learn how to love my family better. Take this time and figure out how to use this time wisely, that we're all stuck at home. So I did want to share with you guys, I've been watching Instagram lives from Judah Smith and Chelsea Smith, his wife. I don't know if you know who Judah Smith is, but he's a pastor of kind of a mega church in the Northwest. They have a bunch of different campuses, but it's the church called Church Home. So him and his wife have been doing these things called Marriage Mondays on Instagram Live every Monday. And it's just like 30 minutes where they both just go on live and talk about a topic in marriage and in family that relates to what we're all going through, and how we can navigate those relationships during this time, and how things are so different, and how we can better love the people around us and love our spouses and love our kids, even when they're probably driving us crazy. And it's just been really refreshing to watch a couple, a very godly couple, talk so candidly about struggles and issues that come up that you wouldn't expect in this time of social distancing. Now, one thing that they said in this Instagram Live was something that I think is so important for us to remember and to implement in our relationships and in our families, no matter whether you're married or not married, or whoever you are around. I think this is important, especially during this time that we're all just trying to find a balance between life and work and everything that we're juggling in this time where things are just different. And that's just the simple phrase of have the fight before the fight. For me, that's huge. It doesn't mean that you should instigate a fight with your spouse right now. No, that's not what that means. What they mean by that is to talk about your expectations for whatever it is before the fight happens. So what that looks like for me is sitting down with Jordan and talking to him about, hey, these are the things that I've been feeling. I've been feeling frustrated, or I've been feeling unproductive, and these are the things that I need from you to help me in that. So instead of waiting until he's sitting on his butt on the couch and I'm cleaning the whole house and I've been home all day doing this because we're stuck at home and he's not doing anything or not being productive, or in my mind, he's not doing what I need him to do. Instead of having that argument or that fight in the heat of the moment, the emotion of all of that causes us to say things that we don't mean, or just say things in a hurtful tone, it's important for us to just sometimes sit down and just say, hey, these are the expectations that I have when you are home. And you don't have to worry about when he doesn't do what you're expecting him to do when you haven't even vocalized it. Because I've noticed that, at least for me, and I could be the only one, I could just be very nitpicky, but I know that in my relationship, in my marriage, I've noticed that during this time that we're stuck at home together, that we tend to like pick fights with each other, and we nitpick at little things that really don't matter, but it's just probably because of the fact that we're at home together. There's only so much that you can do, and we tend to just like get at each other's throats about like really stupid things. It's such a great principle to use even with kids. I know I don't have kids, so I don't want to talk too much on that because obviously I don't know yet. But I think that it's an important thing to sit down with your kids and talk about, hey, what do you need from me as your mother or as your father to help you be better during this time that we're all together? I know that a lot of kids, at least some of the students that I've talked to, have been really frustrated, and it's been hard to kind of navigate this virtual kind of school that they're not used to. And so I think it's important, instead of having arguments on like, hey, get your schoolwork done, get your stuff done. I don't know what kind of conversations you guys are having, but sitting down and having that conversation of, hey, what do you need from me to help you be successful? What do you need from me to help you be less anxious? And open up that communication with each other. And that way you're having that fight before the fight. You're not talking in emotions. You're not already angry at them for something. You're just laying it all out there. Hey, what can I do for you to help? And then that way you have the opportunity to say, hey, this is what I need from you as my child. Whether that's, hey, can we just sweep the floors once a week together? Like, I just need that from you because I've got a lot going on. And it's such a great way for you to open up that communication line with your kids. And even with friendships or whoever you're living with, I think that this is such a great little principle to implement during this time, that we're all just trying to navigate and find a balance between what we need and what the people living with us need. Because mutual empathy is such an important thing. You need to be able to put yourself in your family member's shoes, especially during this time, because we are all so different. We all experience things different. And especially this situation, we are all experiencing it differently. We all have different jobs, we have different responsibilities, but we're all living in the same house. And so how do we navigate through that? And I think that having those conversations is really important. Now, there's just one passage in the Bible that I just wanted to share with you guys really quick, just to end all of this. Hopefully it's an encouragement to you. It's in Romans 12. And I was reading this morning and thinking about, wow, how relevant is this to what I've been thinking about this week and how to navigate relationships during everything that we're going through. So it's Romans 12, verse 16 through 18. It says, live in harmony with one another. Do not be haughty, conceited, self-important, exclusive, but associate with humble people, those with a realistic self-view. Do not overestimate yourself. Never repay anyone evil for evil. Take thought for what is right and gracious and proper in the sight of everyone. If possible, as far as it depends on you, live at peace with everyone. That's one of my favorite verses, that last one. If possible, as far as it depends on you, live at peace with everyone. Because obviously you can't control what anybody else around you is doing, but you can control yourself, and you're ultimately responsible for the way that you respond to life and situations. And it's important, I think, that during this time we can be self-reflective and see how we can be better spouses, be better parents, be better friends during this time, because we have the time. I'm sure that there's a ton of housework that needs to be done. I sure know, like, this room is definitely not done yet. We're sitting in the nursery. But I think that it's so important to just take the time during the week to just reflect on how you can be a better spouse and how you can have that mutual empathy and put yourself in your spouse's shoes or your kid's shoes and try to understand how they're feeling about everything and how they're handling everything. And that way, it'll be so much easier to live at peace with each other, because you're not the only one living in the house. You're not the only one dealing with this situation. We are all in this together, and we can hold each other up, and we can learn things about each other, and we can learn things about ourselves. And we can make this time a really awesome time of self-reflection and humility. And we can really become more like Jesus, I feel, during this uncertain time. So I'm just going to leave you guys with those thoughts for now. And I hope that you enjoyed this vlog. And please let us know if there's anything that you want us to talk about again. I would love for me, Travis, and Rob to do another one with all three of us. We love bouncing ideas off of each other. So please let us know if there's anything you want us to talk about, and hopefully I gave you some encouragement or something that you can take away this week and think about, or if not, that's fine too. All right, well, we'll see you guys next time.